800 588 2300 Empire today.
I did not understand that reference.
I do. It's fine.
Yeah, it's iconic. It's an iconic piece of TV. It's also, there's call 1-866-WOW-DEAL and get away for less.
Do you guys memorize all the infomercials you see?
No, but there's this hilarious video somewhere of someone who does the 1-800 Stanley Steamer commercial in 8 different music styles and does costumes and music videos for each one.
Stuff like this is what we will lose in the era without TV. Stuff like the classic Empire. I just hear that all the time when I was at my grandma's watching TV. It was on the guide channel all the time because I didn't want to put on the channels. Instead, there was the guide channel where it just showed everything that's on, and it aired commercials like that in movie trailers. So I was like, wow, lions eat lambs, or whatever it was. That was an interesting era.
I have no idea what he's talking about either, don't worry.
None of that made any sense.
That might be a Canadian one.
Well, yeah, it's the guide channel, because my grandparents only, well, actually, I think they have more channels now, but they only had 22 channels, because that's all you kids
22
watch.
22 channels?
All you kids just watch the cartoons.
Fair enough. Well, welcome to the Jingle Hour, everyone.
The Jingle Hour.
We're here.
Do you like waffles? Yes, we like waffles. Do you like cakes?
We'll be talking about the best jingles from 1950 to 1989.
Only on the wireless now. They can't be TV jingles.
You guys are just legendary.
It's not really
on this show.
It's not really the Jingle Hour. It's not that. Fuck that train wreck and abortion. We're gonna get that out the door.
Wait, that wasn't a train wreck. What are you talking about, you friggin' jerk?
The Jingle Hour would be a train wreck.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I already want to get a rope and kill myself after 2 seconds of jingle talk.
Wow,
alone 2 hours.
Freaking edgy humor from Mr. Psy over here.
He's getting into the goth scene. He's just getting into the goth scene.
I'm back, because I missed last week's episode. So welcome everyone to the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour, episode 138. My name is Simon, better known as Vacant. The people that you've heard in the background constantly are all of the co-hosts. Let's introduce those said co-hosts today, because they were here last week anyway, and I wasn't. So, to my virtual left, as always, it is...
Delivering to your door, fresh, man for meals. Only $5.99 per day.
That's a steal.
That's an animal.
That is a steal. Imagine someone delivered dinner to your door every day. I will deliver. Wait, actually, oh no, eventually, well, $5.99 a day. Eventually, that's gonna just really rack up and not be worth it.
I mean, are you doing 3 meals or is that just dinner?
Oh well, maybe okay, all day.
You are the man of meal singular, not the man of meals. Man of meals
all day. I'll deliver every meal to your door. $5.99 a day. You get breakfast, lunch, dinner.
That's a steal. Every single day.
That's a steal, especially in Canadian.
Well, I guess, well, frick, for Americans, that's $5,000, basically. But,
That is Manimal, and his incredible business plan that's sure to sweep Canada.
Oh, well, starting in Yellowknife. Starting in Destruction Bay, Yukon. I'm coming for you on the Yukon territory.
Yeah.
My friend finally sent a picture. Here you guys go.
I mean, you could... Now, the problem with delivering to everyone in the Yukon territory is, while you could theoretically deliver to all 3 of them, they do live 3,000 miles apart.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to have to go through a lot of wilderness that will probably kill me. But, You'll
be alright. It's all worth it for that $5.95.
It's just going to be just like the Gray.
Yeah, I'm gonna be planning this out. You guys, we'll get back to my Man for Meals program for the Yukon territory.
Let's get back to that. And more importantly, to his virtual left, not more importantly than Manimal, but you know what I mean. He is...
It is a man who is positively slick with after sun lotion. It's Corin.
He is oiled up, greased up, and ready to play.
I do not need to know this.
Man, I was in the sun a lot this weekend.
Are you as shiny as the male model in those weird underwear commercials?
I am. I mean, that's just my natural glow, but, I am not naturally glistening. I am actually rather quite dry. I've mostly just been making sure my head doesn't turn into a cracked moon surface.
Do you polish your head?
No, I would sun lotion to it.
Long story. No, well, after sun lotion, it's the stuff to keep yourself from like the sunburn from going too bad.
No, that's true because my one ginger friend. Well, first of all, he's ginger, so he burns in like 2 seconds, and he's also bald, so he has to put like just the most sunscreen of all time on his head.
I was gonna say he has to just empty a fucking bottle and then put a sun hat on.
Well, yeah, he's a bald ginger is like the sun's primary target.
It basically is, but it's not easy to be bald in the sun. I helped a friend move, long story short, on Saturday, and it took a lot longer because nobody fucking showed up. And I didn't wear my hat because I only have the one good hat, and I didn't want to sweat through it. The sun cream I put on did not last the 10 hours we were out there.
Oh.
We need to invest in some hats. Top hat, Corin.
Well, I have enough hair, and the sun also makes my hair blonder, so I think it will work well.
See, I used to have enough hair, but times change.
Father Time comes, and he affects us all in different ways.
Maybe it's that Kansas sun that'll make me go bald.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's the sun.
Yeah.
Maybe genetics. I don't know. You've got Italian in you. They tend to have.
It's my English genes that made me go bald. So technically, it's Vacant's fault.
Yeah, but the thing is, Italians go gray really early. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but you look distinguished with grey. Like when you have grey in your beard. Oh, it looks cool as fuck, that does.
Oh, yeah, when you have like a streak just going down, yeah.
Yeah. And also joining us is back again to Corin's virtual left over somewhere in Germany or that general vicinity. It's Lego Maestro.
Ja, ich bin es. Ich bin Lego Maestro. Jesu. Onegai shimasu.
He's
Kawaii desu.
So desu ka.
So desu ka. Omae wa shinderu.
This is a dejected Lego. This is a low energy Lego that we've got here.
I blame it on my roommate who has once again been pissed off at me making these strange phone calls with strange people online at every
Get him
hour.
Here. Bring your roommate here, and we'll tell him exactly why we need you to be loud and active if he has a problem with it.
But he's Russian.
I don't give a fuck. I'll take a
That's
Russian.
freaking badass.
I don't give a fuck. I mean,
wait. Does he speak English? Well, I guess he. Like I imagine.
No, he speaks the land language, but it is pretty annoying. Like I was pretty hyped for this. Wait, this picture's coming from. Let's get on to the show. Okay, I'm Lego Maestro to the virtual left. Continue. Let's get to the main.
He is life now.
I am excited for the show. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you.
Well, we're glad to have you, even in a quiet capacity, Lego. It generally is a plus to our show. And speaking of a plus in addition to our show, I guess because you had a hiatus, Lego, and came back after a few months. And then we also have another returning guest who's been away for a while, and that is Mahlua.
Yes, hello. I am post-con depression incarnate right now. Thanks for joining me.
This is post-con depression tour. Well, I suppose we should get right into that then, and we'll go with the how was the week. So we're going to break from normal fashion. Or shall we leave you to last, Mahlua? I don't know. I'll give you the choice. Do you want to go first or last?
Last, because it's going to take a while.
Okay, no worries. We'll power through everyone else's weeks then. Manimal, how was your week?
My week was the same as always, pretty well. There we were. Some guy buys a couch. He buys this, big old couch. So it's like, okay, we gotta help him carry it outside. It's kind of hard. It's kind of tight. It's a little awkward to carry a couch. So sometimes you take a bit. So we're loading the couch in the guy's truck, and he's just like, look at these fucking idiots. And we're just like, excuse me?
Is that what he said?
Yeah. As soon as you got the couch, on the truck, I was just like, oh my fucking, I just wanted to throw his couch in the road. And then the other guy's with, he's like, well, have a nice day. And he's like, fuck you. Like, he was like, obviously really drunk or something. I don't know. But for some reason, he was getting mad because you're taking too long. It's like, get out of here.
Just take longer.
We're being generous to help you bring this couch. We didn't have to do that. Like, is that just like, ugh.
Yeah, that's a prick move. That's a prick customer.
That made my day better.
You should have took really long and then pretended to scuff your hand.
No, but see, by the time he said that, it was already too late.
Okay.
It was too late to just drop it and be like, well, pick it up yourself, old man.
Yeah. Oh, he's old. That's fine, because it's not too bad when it's old people, because you can always be safe in the knowledge that they're going to die soon anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I'm not thinking like that meanly. I don't think that mean
What do you mean? It's a fact.
Yeah, but I don't
You
think
could be a
about
bitter
things that
asshole,
way. I'm
but
like,
you're
this
gonna be
guy's
in the
rude,
ground
but
in a few
I don't want him to die because there's obviously people in the world that love this guy.
No, whoa. I'm not saying I want this old man to die. I'm simply saying you can take solace in the fact that he's probably going to die before you.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was rude, but that doesn't mean I want to just for all the people that love him in the world, if there are any.
I'm not.
I mean, he could have just been being a grumpy Gus that day. You never know. Maybe he just got diagnosed with cancer, and buying that couch was his way to cope.
You know, there are a lot of different.
More on that story when we get to my week.
Oh Jesus! But yeah, I released a new EP, Cancela Bay, on cancela.bandcamp.com. It has Lego on the Labors of Larry Pine. There's a collab track and 5 other great tracks. He's a nerdy dude fighting for his rights.
Maybe we should bring back the song at the end of the show, and we'll have that there.
Yeah, we'll put the Labors of Larry Pine at the end of this episode on Cancela Bay. I've also did something really pathetic.
Yeah, shameless at self-promotion.
Yes, I want to record a lot, but I don't always have songs. So now I'm gonna pretend to do live shows where I do one take. I'll play 6 songs. I'll just do one take on every instrument and with all the mistakes. So pretending it's like a concert. So I basically made an imaginary band. It's
That's
Barry's
kind of an
Gold.
Interesting
It's
idea,
Barry's. Yeah, it's Barry's Gold band, and every recording will take place in Yellowknife and the Yukon and stuff like that. They're gonna go around. It'll be because it's fun because it's a way to revise my old songs, and because I like to record and upload because it makes me feel satisfied with what I'm doing, and that's a decent way of doing things, I suppose.
That's an interesting one.
Whether or not people listen, it doesn't matter as long as I put something out. That's all that matters to me. And it's just weird because when I was introducing the songs, it was really embarrassing because I'm not going to be hello while I'm staring at my wall.
Oh no, do you do intro bits
Are you having
as well?
fun tonight? No, not really. I just kind of mumble.
Oh, you should have. You should have, and just gone, Yellowknife!
Yeah, just yell. I'm just looking at 2 of my guitars and a poster of Rob Halford right now. And there's also that one girl with twin tails from Date Alive is also.
Just say, which song of mine belongs at the top? Bop, bop. Which song belongs at the top?
I need to see that happen.
That's actually a really good back and forth chant though. It actually is excessively works. But no, that's just again, it features Barry Goldman on guitar, Lithuanian Devi on rhythm guitar, Mr. Mosby on bass, and Mr. Tambourine Butt on drums. Coming soon.
Neil's drawing is so amazing that I'll never forget the image when you mentioned it.
Is this going to be played on or
Is this going to be on minor? It is a very important question. I'll have to answer that soon. But no, I don't have anything all that exciting or new to say this time. It's election season in Ontario. Isn't that fun?
I know. I heard you talking, giving your thrilling take on politics in your latest
it's just funny because
Phantom Forces bid.
It's not the big show, but all the debates are really civilized, and they're all just they'll just stand. They stand beside each other in the same place and just talk. Obviously, they make jabs, but it's just a lot different. But see, I never understood what the signs outside of people's houses meant. I was like, why do people have those? What does this mean? And then, I told you guys before, I think I'll just tell it again. One time, in 2015, the Liberal Party candidate showed up to my house, obviously for the district, not for the whole province. And she was with a bunch of people and a camera guy or whatever. And she was trying to ask me about all these things are you voting or blah, blah, blah. And I'm I don't really care because I was just home alone watching Kill la Kill, and I just wanted to get back to that. She's like, you should vote and make better change to get Stephen Harper out of here. And I was like, I want to keep watching this. It was just because she was lecturing me like a mom, and it was actually pretty amusing.
Wait, are there actually political situations in Canada? Aren't all the politicians too nice to be shady? Isn't it just
no,
a decision between Bob Ross and like Mr. Rogers and something like that.
Oh, honestly, I wish that didn't be choice.
Okay, but bruh, if we brought them back as like Bob Ross for president and Mr. Rogers as vice president, I would vote that ticket so fast.
Honestly, like I don't even care what they're running. Like they could just be like, yeah, we'll just make it really nice, and I'll paint pictures. And I'll be like, get that guy in.
Yeah, man.
See,
I'd vote for Bob.
I like the idea of this image that Lego thinks it's Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers. What would their debate be? They'd be like, you know what? Vote for this man. He's really nice.
Yeah,
no, you know it's you. It's you. Don't be silly.
Well, thank you for joining us in this debate. Hope you're all settled in and relaxed and got a nice cup of coffee. Or a tea.
Oh no.
That is tranquilizer as a voice. That is audio tranquilizer. It's just so calming,
ASMR
so
channel
nice.
coming soon.
Yeah. I love the idea of that. But, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really know. It's just something that's funny. But,
Fair enough.
Yeah. I just, Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross election. That'd be the best ever. But, yeah, that's about all I have to say. It's almost Orangina season. Actually, on Friday's when Orangina season begins. June 1st is when I go and buy that shit.
You got it on the clock. Can't wait.
Yeah, man. The start, once the snow's gone, is ice cap season. When June starts, it's Orangina season, and when July starts, it's K-On season.
Fair enough.
When is Nekomimi season?
Every season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every season.
Nekomimi!
Yeah,
Oren, what have you
The
been
war
up to?
cry of his people.
Well, as we talked about earlier, it was Memorial Day weekend here in America.
Woo-woo.
And that, for all you non-Americans, is essentially American Remembrance Day for all practical purposes. It's obviously different, but basically the same thing.
Thank you for the explanation. I'm sure you tell us this every year, but I always forget.
It just confuses me because you guys have Veterans Day on Remembrance Day, but then you have Memorial Day on like just something else and nobody like.
But Veterans Day is for veterans. Memorial Day is for people who died.
Well, I know it's just weird that it's that way in America instead of just having like Remembrance Day.
I don't know, man. I don't make the rules. The point is that in America we have 2 guaranteed 3-day weekends, right?
Oh, yeah.
Memorial Day and Labor Day, because both Memorial Day and Labor Day are guaranteed to fall on a Monday. They're set up to do so, which means we get 3-day weekends. And people take advantage of that. And if you work a normal 9-to-5 job, you're probably getting a 3-day weekend. Obviously, not everyone will because retail. So the thing is, because Memorial Day takes place right after school gets out, when the weather's still good, and it's a 3-day weekend, it's also the biggest moving weekend of the entire year in America. So I had to help my friends move this weekend. And because nobody who said they were going to show up and help did that, it was basically 3 of guys taking 10 hours to move 2 people's worth of stuff. And it sucked. Which is why I've been slathering my head in after sun lotion. And but it was good. I am the after sun.
Wait, Vacant, do that voice again.
I don't know if I can. I am the after sun.
No, you can't do it again, but keep going, Corn.
But it was fun. After we got it done. After that, we had a barbecue, drank a little bourbon, had a lot of beer. And then I spent the next 2 days just in pain and hiding from the sun for the most part because it got hot.
Did you get bitten by something?
No, you got sunburned.
With fangs? Oh,
I just got sunburned, but also it got real hot and I was real, exhausted. So it's not like I was wanting to go out and do anything else anyways. So I pulled the blinds, turned on the air conditioning, and played some video games.
What is sunburn? I do not know this strange affliction that you strange creature.
You've never had sunburn?
What is sunburn?
Black, dude. Wait,
what? You sad human beings.
It's another Vacant. For once, it's not Lego learning something that everyone else knows. Melanin keeps you from getting sunburn. Now, it's not impossible for Lego to get sunburn. It's really not impossible.
I was gonna say
it takes a hell of a lot of sun exposure.
It's impossible. I've never that.
People can't get sunburn.
You could get sunburn if you stayed out long enough.
Are you serious? I've always wanted to be a darker shade of black, man.
That's
I
not
mean,
what sunburn
lay
does.
out in the
It's
sun
red.
for a day or 5. Again, I've known a lot of people who've gotten sunburns. I maybe, of course, also the darker your skin already is, the harder it is. But yeah, the more melanin you get, the harder it is to sunburn.
I feel like
I have a watermelon.
Because the sun, when you tan, that's what it is. Your skin's generating more melanin, which is why people who left Africa slowly became paler and paler over the generations, because their bodies just weren't producing more melanin. That got caught up with genetics and yada yada yada. White people happened.
Were you making a melanin and watermelon pun there, Manimal?
Yeah, because the more watermelon I eat, the less I burn.
Because I was.
I just noticed that now.
I
That
I
Vacant
thought you were
mentioned.
going down a racist route then. It's all good. It's all
Wait, no, that wasn't even my freaking point.
This is what I was clarifying.
No, I know what it sounds, and that wasn't even. See, you're the one who's freaking thinking of this. I was literally like, melanin sounds like watermelon.
You heard the name black people and then you started going fried chicken and watermelon. That's what you were.
You did.
You did that. You
That's
did.
what
Vacant.
you were
That was the most
thinking.
racist accent I've ever heard.
Oh no, this is the thing. I never understand that. Why is that like Dave Chappelle said it best. Why is that a derogatory thing? Who the fuck
I mean,
doesn't like
look,
fried chicken and watermelon?
we could get into it. Everyone does. We could get into it why those things got associated with African Americans, but we're not going to, because that's not what the show's about.
I'm not
I am
American.
gonna just sit here and eat my hummus.
Please,
That's a white
please
people
do.
food.
Wine. I'm going to drink my Italian.
I'm gonna eat Swedish sour bread for the rest of this episode.
That's a white person.
Okay, I guess I'll just have the rest of my green tea pocky that I got at the convention.
I
You
will
have fucking green tea pocky? Does it have like the stick thing?
Lego, just check the store, Lego. Check the store.
I'm in Germany, man. They don't have
So?
this.
Bet they do.
You have Asian markets.
You
I
can buy
guarantee
it
you there's
online,
Asian markets.
I promise
Fuck you. Can we get to the important stuff, like the goth girl who went to a convention? Please.
Okay. Corin, continue.
Lego,
Sorry.
we can't. At any rate, I spent most of the rest of my weekend playing Final Fantasy X, and I came to a terrible conclusion.
I'll go on.
Because I got to the point where basically you're on the airship and you can go fight Sin wherever you want to. So I'm just picking up the side missions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I can't dodge lightning bolts to save my goddamn life. It's the first time I've noticed where I've legitimately lost some of my video game skill.
Oh
I
no,
just
you
can't
mean it's a
get to the buttons
dexterity
quick enough.
problem? Does that really happen?
Yeah, your nerves slow down as you get older.
Oh god damn it!
That's why all the professional video game players are like 22.
But
Or like 17 to like 22. That's like the peak.
I'm in my prime.
But
And
when
you
you're
get slower
70
and
years old,
slower and
aren't you like
slower.
that pro who's like you don't have stamina, but your reflexes are still there? Like, isn't that
Reflexes
always the
get
case?
worse as you get older. Like, that's the problem, is like I can see the lightning flash, you see the flash, and then you're supposed to hit the button, and then you dodge. And you're supposed to do it 200 fucking times in a row for some goddamn reason. Fucking monsters. And, I can't do it.
This is
I've
tragic.
gone 2 consecutive ones, and I've dodged like 8 overall. It's not good.
Oh,
You know what makes that worse?
Go.
Yeah, except it resets every time you get something hit. Oh, it's so, I'm just not getting that one. I'm just not gonna happen.
Nah.
I mean, I could probably beat the game without it just fine, but, I wanted it.
You know, this is a case where I want to like kill the messenger because like I'm sort of pissed off right now. Damn it! Now I'm going to get old and I'm going to suck at video games, and it's your fault that I know this fact.
You're just gonna like suck at QuickTime events, not necessarily all video games. You just gotta play different things.
You'll get better at chess.
And you can also like train that stuff. I'm definitely out of shape on my, video game finger stills, because you can. Those are.
Not
Yeah,
on
yeah,
joking,
yeah.
bro. Not on
But
joke.
like when you got those like fast reflexes on your fingers, those are your twitch muscles, right? Or fast twitch muscles, because you have long twitch muscles or slow twitch muscles and fast twitch muscles, right? So like slow twitch muscles would just be like normal typing or whatever, and then fast twitch muscles are just like the boom, like don't even think about it muscles. And that's what you need for those really fast video time sequences. And you can train those like anything other muscle, but it does take training. And they're also useless for anything else, basically, on the planet. We have no other use for those things. But, that was kind of my weekend. Not too much else happened.
Fair enough. That's good.
Wait. Which bourbon did you drink? Was it just cheap shit or is it?
Oh, no, it was a nice bottle. It was, let's see, I think it came up like $28 with tax.
Okay.
It was Buffalo Trail bourbon, which I was really excited to find because I could find it back in Manhattan where I went to college. I can't find it at the local liquor store here, but I went across to the Missouri side and found it there. And I only had a single glass. I gave the rest to my friends as a housewarming present.
That was very kind of you, that was.
Yeah.
Lego.
Well, it's a good...
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, it's a good bourbon, so you guys can drink some when you're here.
Yeah.
You
damn
bastards, you bastards.
More on drinking when I get to the convention.
Right. Lego.
Yes.
What did you get up to, dude?
I pass. Let's just get to the convention shit. Yes,
Okay.
the interesting stuff. Yes.
Okay.
Convention. Okay, fine. If you insist. I am on the 10 last episodes of Legend of Galactic Heroes, and I am drinking Vino Tinto medium sweet wine from Valencia, and I am very happy.
That's
Yes.
good to hear.
Yes, that is what I'm up to. That is everything.
Short and sweet. I like it.
That is everything, man. Vacant. That is everything. I swear to Harui Suzumiya.
Yeah.
Was it Suzumiya Harui? Yes, I swear. I swear on
fair.
Nekomimi panty shots, man. Like, that is all I'm up to.
Okay. I think the lady protests too much there. But I won't press you, Lego, because I'm a friend. I don't want to obviously make you uncomfortable with anything. You know, I missed the episode last week. It was a good episode. Anyone who missed it, you know, it was a nice episode. I was gutted I missed the topic, the writing topic. For once, we actually have a writing topic on.
As if you would ever say everything. You bastard! Where is my fucking Heavy Rain, Vacant? Oh, fuck you, man. Oh god, when was the last Heavy Rain chapter? You know what? I'm googling this shit.
We went through that.
That
2
reminds
years?
me, I put that idea up before this call started that at some point it would be interesting to do a podcast where we just explain the chronology and bullshit that is the MR-verse, just so that we have it in a podcast form as well as all the Google Docs. Because
that was pitched like as like
before shit got even more complicated. Before things got even more complicated because I existed.
I remember that got pitched in like episode 5 or 6. Like one of them was gonna be that Corin sits down and explains the MR canon, but yeah,
it's only getting more convoluted.
I mean, if you guys want to do that, then by all means.
Did you say Mahlua?
Convoluted. Honestly, the only good way to tackle it would be if we do an episode per story and just have like, here's the sum up. You could have a
whole fucking mini series. Like you could have just, I mean, shit. We had
we
Podkai.
Could voice act the entire shit.
I mean, we could. I'm not going to.
Instead of Podkai, make, I don't know, think of a name for it. Canon Jammin'.
That wasn't as bad as you think. That is actually...
Yeah, it's not as bad as you expected it to be with that awkward pause.
Yeah. You could have like a little sub-series. That'd be quite interesting, actually. Like
See, I was waiting for him to work Kai into it somewhere.
Canon Jammin' Kai. There you go. Have it there. Podkai. It only had a Kai. It only had a Kai in it because of Bonkai. Podkai, Bonkai.
That was so good.
Yeah, but you could also just play it like Kai, like it's also like Dragon Ball Z Kai, like the abridged version of it.
Because Fairy Tail.
Or RE at the beginning.
We were going to do Podtai for Fairy Tail chapters. For anyone if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, me and Lego started a weekly series where we would review. We'd literally, as soon as the chapter came out, we'd review the Bleach chapter and give our first impressions and theories, and it killed Bleach off. When we suggested doing a Fairy Tail one, it killed Fairy Tail off. I'm scared to do it again because I feel like, you know, we might
do it for one.
That is actually true. That is actually true. Every show we talk about kill. Let's talk about Black Clover next.
Yeah, hey, that could be. I mean, who knows? Black Clover.
If you do One Piece, it might finally end and be long enough for me to actually bother watching it in my lifetime.
Oh my Lord!
I don't know if we're powerful enough to take One Piece down.
No one can kill One Piece. That's just there. It will always be there, no matter how long time goes on. It'll be there long after we are.
It'll just be passed down the family line for generations to complete.
Or he'll just do what Naruto did, like literally finish Naruto and then just hit the reset button and just go, no, here's Boruto, here's his son. Chunin exam, remember that, guys? Let's do that.
At the end of One Piece, we'll still not find out what the One Piece is, but it will come in the reboot.
No, and at the end of One Piece, they find the One Piece, and then the second series is the Two Piece.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's like something really generic. It's just like, here's One Piece.
Better, it's better, yeah, it's One Piece, find another piece.
Oh shit, wait, imagine if that was the whole ending. They find the One Piece, but yeah, that makes sense. It's just one piece of another puzzle. And there's like freaking like 8 or something.
Oh, that'd be insane. But
yeah, would that actually make sense?
That could be cool. That'd be a twist ending, because it never really ends.
They find the One Piece, but it's just one piece.
But
you see, here's my deal. It's been over 300 episodes, and we still have none piece.
Oh, there's only one. Yeah, that's it. You won't.
Yeah, the series name is misleading.
Never find it. They'll never get it. Not for another few years.
None peace, but do nuns have peace?
They do. They seek for
yes.
peace.
I feel like nuns have a lot more peace than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you said convoluted, Lego made the pun of con Mahlua. I feel...
Always make some rice and pork, is that okay? Alright, I'll call you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some.
I wouldn't mind some too. Can I have some rice?
I'll have a rice.
And that everyone was Mahlua's father.
Hey!
She exists? He exists?
She...
No, she just appeared out of the void one day.
No, wait. My first question was, Mahlua exists as a human being? Like apparently Corin is God. I'm going to punch myself in the face for this because I still cannot believe it. His name is Matthew. God, no.
Because Matthew is
I have another name.
No, he doesn't have another name. No, his name is Corin.
It's like the most popular male name in the history of the planet.
I would argue that Jacob is, because there were like 8 Jacobs just in my grade in high school.
Jacob's pretty common. I have to wonder if you were an apostle, you got like 500 million people named after you.
Yep.
Matt, Ben, David, Daniel. They're like the most common ones I remember, and John, obviously.
I don't know a whole lot of Bens.
I know tons of Bens. Maybe it's more common, popular in England.
Yeah, it seems like a more UK name because over here.
I'm Benjamin.
Yeah, like over here, the most common ones I see are like Jacob, Josh, John, Matt.
Loads of Joshes.
I'm not a big fan of any Jacobs that I've ever met. Like, I've never met someone named Jacob that I've liked.
I've never met anyone named Rachel that I liked.
I only know one person with that name. Yeah.
I've never met anyone.
I mean, I imagine, actually, probably the most popular name in the world might be Muhammad.
Well, probably.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. What about Ichigo? That's a pretty common name.
I don't think it is.
I walk outside.
Not here.
It's another Ichigo.
There you go. Ichigo Brown, Ichigo Dennis. Too many of them out there knocking around in Canada. Anyway, let's move on, because Lego's been waiting long enough.
French last name. So I guess, is Dennis French?
I don't know.
Dennis, I think, is Irish.
Can we please get
Lego
to the
Maestro
meat of the topic,
wants to
please?
hear about your time away from the podcast, Mahlua. What have you been up to? Rumors on the street is that you went to convention.
Yeah,
Mahlua, where were you? What did you do?
I went to Animazement 2018. It's one of the larger conventions of North Carolina, held in the capital city, Raleigh. And I went with a friend of mine who I'm going to be a housemate with for senior year of college, and 2 of our friends, both of whom have slight disabilities, and we had to kind of look after them and be careful with them. And it's been a day for me on Facebook because I posted on a group about one of the vendors we went to, because last year she kept doing the clasps on a pair of shoes for a friend, and we realized that one of the buckles was broken. When we pointed it out, she only brought the shoes down by like $5, and she seemed to be frustrated with us because we convinced our friend to buy another pair of shoes, despite the fact that the pair of shoes were still one of hers, so she still made money. And this year she seemed to recognize us. She seemed to shoot us a really dirty look. But, we let our friends shop there anyway, and we tried to be like sending pictures of some of the rings and stuff to our friends, like, oh, do you want us to buy this for you as a gift? It's kind of cheap and blah, blah, blah. But we leave. And one of our friends who has a physical disability that is fairly obvious, we realized later that this dealer let her buy a pair of shoes and walk out wearing them, despite the fact that they were a size and a half too big. Like, there was a 1 inch space between her heel and the heel of the shoe, and I was like, what the fuck, lady?
No.
Like, on one hand, it's not really the vendor's job to, like, make sure you buy the right size, but on the other hand, like, where's your business ethics? Where?
Yeah.
You gave me money, I'm not gonna question you.
Yeah, I mean, I understand
that's
that
kind
on...
of a shitty thing to do.
There's no business ethics at a con.
Yeah. Like,
I used to work in a sports store, and we used to have footwear, and I'd be like, do they fit? Like, you would check this shit with people, and you would, like, physically test it yourself to make sure.
Yeah,
you
physically
didn't sell
test
shoes
it.
in an anime convention.
Yeah, there's that. And, like, on one hand, yes, it's not a vendor's job, so I'm not holding it against her. But when I made a post about it, and I said, yeah, the stuff is really high quality. It's a fair price. I'm not trying to get, like, to bash their business or give them a bad reputation. But just know that they, like, tried to manipulate an autistic person last year, and this year they literally gave someone with Down syndrome and let them buy a pair of shoes that were, like, 2 sizes too big. And just let that happen. Sketchy.
Yeah.
It's maybe not malpractice per se, but it's sketchy.
It's a shitty thing to do. Yeah, if you like, at least go, are you absolutely sure? Do they fit? Like I say, it takes 2 seconds to check if a shoe. If it's a fucking 2 sizes too big, then it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, like, there's an inch gap between her heel and the heel of the shoe, and I'm just sitting back here like, I was sitting at the booth over playing a Nintendo 64 that was hooked up to a flat screen.
You had a fucking Nintendo 64? When? Where? How?
It was,
Why?
One of the vendors had one set up so that you could test the Nintendo 64 games before you bought them.
But can I take it home?
They were selling them.
Lego, I swear to God, these things are available in Germany.
They are that expensive.
Okay, you know what?
Germany
Corin,
is not.
Corin, fuck
Germany
you. Come
not,
to Germany. I come to Kansas, and in your cornfield, I'll find everything that I need. I'll find Nintendo 64s there.
I went to If I went to Germany, I bet I
internet?
could find a video game store.
I don't understand this strange internet thing. Like, you Google something, and there's always a doorkeeper there. Like, sign up, sell us a part of your soul. The problem is, I already sold my soul to Neko Mimis, and I don't have anything to sell.
What kind of internet are you accessing?
It's just the Amazon login page.
Like 666.ebay.com? Like, isn't that
That's not how the internet works.
Anyway, so
Lego,
that was
Amazon.
just that has been on the forefront of my mind. But other than that, I succeeded in not bashing in my 2 friends' faces, and I succeeded in not letting them kill each other. So for that, my friend and I, who were basically their keepers, deserve the damn Nobel Peace Prize. Oh.
Wait, why were you aggroed?
Well,
why were you aggroed?
I'll explain that. I'm going to try to explain the convention in chronological order. So, Thursday, my friend came, got me, and we went to our friend's apartment a few cities over because all 4 of us were going to the convention together. Then Friday morning, we go on and go. Along the way, one of our friends thinks she loses her debit card, but it turns out that she didn't. It was just in a different part of her wallet, and we think she might have just done it for attention because... More on that later. But Friday was pretty good. We just kind of walked around the dealer's room and the artist alley to see what there was to see, and we didn't buy anything the first day. And it was all pretty fine. And then it starts getting late, and one of our friends gets tired, so I walk with the 2 girls back, because there's 3 of us girls and 1 guy, our furry friend. So I walk the 2 girls back. Yeah, and I go back to the hotel with the two girls, and I see that one of them has like what looks to be a start of a blister on her shoe on the back of her foot. And I'm like, honey, you're not going to the dance. You have to stay here, take yourself a hot shower, stay off your feet, take off the shoes, rest, because that looks like, it's going to turn into a blister if you keep walking with these shoes. So that's why we needed to get shoes later. But never mind the fact that they decided to get hard leather Lolita shoes, 2 sizes too big.
Oh God, Lego, take a breath.
So, anyway, had to
remember your breathing exercises.
Did you say
and then we just
the Lolita shoes?
In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Count down from 10 slowly.
10, 9. Okay. Continue.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So continuing on.
Lolita shoes.
Do you want me to buy you a pair next year?
No! I need a lady to wear the pair so that I can watch them and massage them.
Whoa, Lego's interest revealed.
And photograph them.
You want to massage
and kiss them. Wait, do you have a friend who can step? Can you? No, a girl lady needs to wear them. Can the person wear the Lolita shoes and step on me, please?
Like, Lego, that's just looking for a dominatrix, and you can pay them. And I know 100% Germany is chock full.
Mahlua can hook me up. Mahlua, come on.
Mahlua's across the country, across the world.
That will make it even more dominant.
You are living in the world of the dominatrix. Why do you need help with this?
Germany are famous.
Germany doesn't have everything, Corin.
I guarantee
it's a first world country.
Germany only has the 2 largest goth rock festivals in the world.
Okay, name them.
Mahlua and what's the name of the other one?
Something
I know
German.
they're both German.
I'm going to Mahlua.
Vacant.
Okay. Okay.
This is the sound of Lego planning out things. He's like, hey guys, I gotta go now. I gotta work some things out in my life.
Yes. Yeah, that is okay. I'll be on the side for a while while I'm researching.
There you go, Lego. I think that's how you spell.
Mahlua, this is why we're friends, This is why we're like okay. Gothic treffen.
Anyway, so continuing.
We just need to go outside
go to the dance.
Sometimes, bud.
Yep, we go to the dance. I bring back with me our other friend who is dressed as Sailor Venus. And our furry friend found his furry sort of boyfriend. They've been talking for 4 months kind of thing. And they were doing cute, couple dancing and, some cuddling going on. And then our friend dressed as Sailor Venus gets, upset by this. Granted, she had a crush on Logan for, most of the first 2 years that we knew each other, despite the fact that Logan frequently commented on how gay he was. Anyway, so she storms off. I would have followed her, except that we had told her Thursday night, and I had said, before we went to the dance, that we should stay together. She stormed off, and I'm like, well, I told her that we needed to stay together, and she decided to storm off, so that's on her. She comes back, and she's just like, oh my god, this guy asked for my number and was really uncomfortable. I'm like, honey, you're at a convention, and you're Sailor Venus, and you walked around alone. And when she explained it later, yeah, it seemed kind of creepy because the way it went was she went upstairs to get away from the loudness of the dance because, duh, it's a dance. It's loud. And there was this guy. He's like, oh my god, you look great. Can I have a picture? Which is completely normal at a convention. So, of course, she was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And she thanked him. And he's like, oh, no, you don't have to worry about it. You're just so beautiful, which is, granted, kind of creepy. And they talked for a little bit.
But that's my favorite pickup line. Shit.
And they talked for a little bit, and then he was like, can I have your number? And she said, no, I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable. I'm going to go find my friends now. And she even said that his response was, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to harass you. And he, backed off. And then she came down to us and started crying. I'm like, he backed off when you said you were uncomfortable. That's not the definition of harassment, him.
I would say that's probably the best way that situation can go, honestly.
You told him no. And he didn't get frustrated and in fact said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and backed off and let you go find your friends. Anyway, she got super upset about it. She got super upset about it, and we had to leave the dance to take care of her while she called her mom and explained, "Oh, this happened, and I never thought this would happen to me." And I'm just like, I didn't even touch you.
Wait, she said he touched her?
No, he didn't.
Come on.
He didn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't need...
It sounds like a guy kind of came on to her awkwardly, apologized.
It's an anime
and
convention.
everything was
of course they're
fine.
gonna be awkward.
I was gonna say, this is basic anime convention when you're in your late teens, early 20s.
You're really beautiful. No, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why she got so upset about it, but then, like, later she said that, like, I think before she stormed off, she had been trying to tell me that, like, seeing Logan with his boyfriend made her really upset. I'm just like, first of all, don't be a jealous cunt. Second of all...
we don't allow a C-bomb on here.
We don't allow the C-bomb.
You said it at the beginning of the episode.
I'm joking.
The N-bomb, nerd.
It was
Everything
a joke.
is there. Like,
we all stop
But,
being
like,
cunts.
I couldn't even say that to her because she's a little bit on the spectrum, so instead I'm like, well, it's not really fair if you get upset because he's happy. That doesn't really connect, does it? Because it's not that you're being upset that he's happy, it's that you're upset that you don't have a boyfriend. To which she agreed, and I really don't understand, because she and the other one both have this bizarre obsession of like, oh, I really need a boyfriend. I'm like, no, you don't. Believe me, you would turn toxic real quick because you're so dependent on this idea of boyfriend, but that's a story for when we get into that later. So that happens, we go home, Saturday morning. We get breakfast at the hotel, it's nice, we get going. My friend winds up going to a Sailor Moon photo shoot because one was Princess Serenity and the other one was Sailor Venus. I'm told later that the Sailor Venus friend, the one who was complaining just the night before, found a guy who was cosplaying Nephrite, and they seem to have hit it off just fine, and she is currently trying to get in contact with him, and I feel sorry for him. But, you know. Anyway, that's about the time that I ran into my VK pirate friend, who I showed a picture of, there, and Androgyny gorgeous piece of ass, and went and go hung out with them. And they've been having a rough time lately for personal reasons, and a lot of misadventures happened, including us going to find Red Bull to make Jaeger bombs, and...
Jaeger bombs!
Except we didn't have Jaeger, we had Schwarzhog. Just a bit! Long story short, I just about wound up in a threesome with a VK pirate and a Jesus.
Wait a minute. Rewind. Wait. You skipped a few steps here. I'm sorry. I know I'm terrible at narration, but
I think the logic was pretty clear.
Okay, Dad, hang fire for a second. Let me just tell everyone about my threesome. Continue.
The short story a little bit longer. When we went to go find the Red Bull, we were with our friend who was cosplaying Jesus at the time. We went back to his hotel room, and we shared some drinks, and we started talking about some things. If it weren't for the fact that the Jesus were in a closed relationship, because the entire time my BK pirate just kept kind of poking fun, like, there has clearly been sexual tension between these two for, like, years now. Like, they just want to bang, but they never can. And then he's just like, my VK pirate friend looks at me and they say, well, I could start kissing Mahlua to make you jealous. And I'm like, I'm fine with this.
I have no words for this. This is an anime situation. This doesn't exist. This doesn't exist. No. God.
So I get made out with, and I get a nice, like, back massage. We'll call it that for... we'll call it that.
There are children here, Mahlua. You need to censor that shit. Also,
that's what I'm saying.
I think she's the youngest one.
I'm 20!
And I think you're the youngest one.
You bastard, Mahlua. How come you're enjoying... Wait a minute. Damn, I think your life is better than mine.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, well, go on, continue.
Well, anyway, so that happens. It starts getting around time for the dance. We go back to the dance. Basically, same thing happened. Furry friend went with his furry sort of boyfriend, and the other two got all huffy about it. On the way back, we get on the bus, and then the Sailor Venus looks at us and goes, "We're still mad at you, Logan, for taking so long. Because, first of all, my furry friend doesn't really have a sense of time. He said we were going to leave before midnight, but he was really close to the speakers and dancing and grinding and having a good time, whatever he was doing. So he lost track of it a little bit. We left about 5 minutes past midnight, and the other two were upset about it. I'm like, calm down."
When you said furry friend the first time, I thought you were referring to a pet dog, and now I think you're referring to an actual furry.
Yeah, he's a furry.
Okay, that makes more sense now then.
And his boyfriend is also a furry.
I think that was pretty clear from the get-go, Vacant.
I don't. When someone says
Vacant
my furry
is an
friend,
The story's set in an anime convention.
it's not a furry convention. It's an anime convention.
You don't think there's crossover?
There is some. I'm not saying there isn't any crossover. When someone says furry friend, for some reason my brain just said dog. There's a lot to process in these stories, guys. There's a lot of characters.
I'm bringing my pug to the convention.
I'm just going to send these 3 pictures to you for clarity's sake.
I don't need to see any furries. It's okay. I don't need to see any furries. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'm good with that. My life's. I'd say it's more of a positive experience about it.
God, are those Five Nights at Freddy's?
No.
Worse. Just worse. Don't dive down that rabbit hole, Lego.
So,
it's too late. I'm an alien cat man.
One of them was like, "We're still really mad at you," and I just looked them dead in the face and said, "You can choose to be mad if you want." And then they just had this like loading screen processing look on their face for like 2 minutes as they realized that they could in fact choose to not be angry over something trivial. So then we go home. It's late. It's nice. Sunday morning, we have to have all our stuff out of the hotel room by 11. We start
and go to
packing up,
church.
we get our costumes on. One of our friends, the person who was cosplaying Princess Serenity, decided she wanted to feel needed and special, and so she said, "Oh, I'm going to hold your makeup." And the person she was talking to was like, "What? No, I don't want you to hold my makeup." And she starts taking things out of the suitcase and was like, "No, it's too late. I'm holding your makeup." And we're just like, what the actual fuck? So this all happens, and I hate to do it because I know that they both have special needs, but I had to get real scary real quick because it was just a constant back and forth of, "I don't want you to hold my makeup. Stop it. Put it back." And no, I'm already doing this. I'm holding this. So I eventually step in and shout over both of them as they're doing this petty back and forth, "I am 20 seconds away from beating your asses." They stop. They look at me terrified. I step between them because one of them, I think the thing that set me off was one of them said, "I'll give it back if you be nice to me." I'm like, first of all, we've been nice to you. Second of all, if it's her things, you taking them from her without her saying that it's okay is the same as stealing. And the fact that you won't give them back unless she does something is completely out of line. And it just starts, she just turns into this sobby mess of like, "Stop being mean to me," and like all this. And I'm just like, we have to be out of this room by 11. You have held us up for 30 minutes over 2 damn pieces of makeup. And then they just look at each other. She hands back the makeup, and they both look completely traumatized by this experience. Finally, we get to go. Everything's packed up. We get in the car. I lost my cosplay prop.
Which prop?
One of them was carrying a, like, moon stick or something, because they're both from Sailor Moon. It's whatever. Logan had to go downstairs to start turning in the room keys so that we wouldn't be charged for a late fee, while I went up to the room to make sure that the thing wasn't there. And I was smart because I turned on my phone video, and I had my phone on everything to prove that I checked under the covers, under the pillows, I checked under the beds, every single drawer, but in the bathroom, everywhere. And it was all on video. So just in case she tried to say that I didn't look because I was still mad at her, I could show her the video. and she would have to shut up.
Damn, you belong in Germany. That is pretty efficient and and exact. Okay. Then?
So then I go downstairs, return the room key, it's fine. Turns out she had dropped it and it was under the driver's seat in the fucking car. Yeah.
Fucker. You don't need that video.
No, I didn't.
God.
And that's what I mean by I'm pretty sure she just kind of loses things trademark to feel important. To like feel like people are doing things for her, like looking for things with her. It's weird. I hate it. Anyway, we went around. It was the last day. We bought everything that we didn't buy on Saturday. I went back to an art vendor who I spoke with on Friday and Saturday and wound up getting the print that I was looking at, but had said like, oh, well, if I have money left over after, you know, making sure that I have enough for food by the end of this convention, then I'll totally buy this from you. By the time I went back, you know, I gave her 20 and she gave me back 10. She had discounted a $15 print to $10. Bless you.
Nice. And
it's Urbos from Breath of the Wild, and it looks fantastic.
Damn it, I'm a cheap creature of the night. Prints are that expensive?
Yes.
Good. Dude, you can find some shit. When we went to LGC, there was some canvases that I wanted, but they were like 45, 50 quid. I couldn't justify that because it would have got fucking dismantled in a suitcase as well.
Yeah. So, bought everything, but then the same one who had pulled the stupid stunt this morning, she ran out of money, her card got rejected. What does she do? She calls her mother right there in the booth and has her transfer money. And I'm just sitting back there across like at the other vendor across the alley, and I'm just holding my temples like, why are you like this? So,
why does it seem like you're like the mother of the whole group?
And Logan's boyfriend-ish even told him, why do you act like their father? Like Logan literally got asked the same thing. So yes, we do actually kind of have to parent over these two because they're little special needs. Like the entire time we had to make sure that one of them didn't eat anything that was like a food allergen. Because they have that disorder where you can't digest glucose, or not glucose,
gluten.
Yeah.
Celiac.
Damn.
Nah, it's a fucking that's a right ball ache at the best of time.
On top of that, she can't have some citrusy things, can't have tomato, and can't have cane sugar or cane sugar product.
Yeah, a lot of around...
But I'm starting to call bullshit on that because, like, when she thought we weren't looking, I saw her take, like, a huge swig of Pepsi, and I'm sitting here like, I'm pretty sure that has citric acid and cane sugar, and she was totally fine. I'm like, are you fucking lying to us about your food allergies?
Something doesn't make sense there.
There's only one way to find out. It's to spike her food with Pepsi. See what happens.
It's potentially fatal, but
I mean, she dies. Then you know she's telling the truth. But obviously, we want to avoid that situation.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we can always avoid murder here on the happy hour.
Again, I'm not advocating murder.
There's steps we can take before then.
I'm pretty sure she took that step for us by taking a huge swig of fucking Pepsi.
Does she still have an excuse? Like she's
single? Yes, Lego. She's there for you.
Is she there for me? Does she have a phone number? Can you send it to me, please?
I just want to say, Lego, if she got a bit, upset with a stranger at a convention, talk to her face to face. Just imagine if all of a sudden, what's the time over there? 7, 8? Where you go? I don't know where you guys.
Ever since I heard of you, my sweet love.
On the East Coast, it's going to be about 9 o'clock.
Okay, so
you have stolen my heart, Oga.
Please, Lee. Actually, I want this to happen. Please, can we do this live on the air?
You are so sun shining bright that I receive a suntan even though I am black. Your heart is so wide that I fall into it and come to another dimension.
Don't call either one of their hearts wide when they had a pity bitch fit with each other over 2 fucking pieces of makeup and almost made us have to pay a late fee in a hotel.
All you have to say, Lego, is, I'll let you hold my makeup, girl. Any day. My sweet banana.
I'm right.
I was gonna say, call her your sweet banana and see what happens.
Yeah. What was the cosplay? Say, move over Logan, more like Mordecai Yogan.
I'm writing this shit down.
Call.
Okay. So Happy Hour is not responsible for any of the bad dating advice you may take from the show.
So finally, we get to leave, and in the car on the way back, I get to hear all about the Sailor Moon photo shoot that they went on while I was off in my adventures with the pirate and Jesus. And so hilariously, I tell some of the stories that happened when I was with Pirate and Jesus, as they shall forever be known. But so Logan has been talking to that guy for like 4 months, and then like they were at this convention just doing kind of cute, cuddly, some small pet kisses. It was really cute. And Em was talking about how she wanted to, like, maybe be with this guy that she found or whatever. I'm like, honey, you only met him, like, yesterday. What are you doing? And she's like, oh, no, but I want to take it slow like you, Logan, and like you, Mahlua. And I'm like, did you listen to my story at all? Were you paying attention?
I don't know what about the sentence, I almost had a threesome with Jesus, indicates you're taking anything slow.
Exactly.
Like, what? Anyway, we finally make it back to the friend's apartment. We stay there, we watch some anime, we go to bed, we wake up, and my furry friend takes me home. And I'm back here, and maybe sometime tonight I'll start working on Reset, which, for those who don't know, I'm writing an Edgy World exclusive story right now. It's on chapter 9.
Yep, there were some pretty saucy scenes there that questioned my morality.
It's only going to get worse from here, dude. I have, like, the skeleton idea plot for, like, the rest of it, and it's going to get... And remember what the guy said about levels 6 and 7. And you guys know me, so you know that's going to go somewhere fast.
Well, if you have the balls for it, go for it. But I was like trying to write Edgy World canon, and I was like, no, I cannot do this. No, my brother, Rubik's Maestro, wanted to do that, but he could not do it. It was too embarrassing.
And then I wrote it for your brother Rubik's, and then turned it all on its head. You're welcome.
Thank you, actually. Thank you. For that scene alone. Thank you.
For just Rubik's talking to Lude for that exactly one scene, and then questions, is this really worth it at all?
How do you even get your writing inspiration when you're writing for Edgy?
Lovecraftian horror and hormones spelled with a capital W.
Okay.
Now, with that said, I'm going to go get my rice and pork dinner, and I'll be right back.
Okay, right. Let's get back into it, and we need a little musical jingle to get us into the news.
Manimo-san, if you do not do a musical jingle, then I will do a musical jingle. And I have the best musical jingles that ever existed. This is the news. This is the fucking news. Better pay attention. This is the news.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that my mic was...
This is the news, and it's no use. Do not pay attention.
It's a little long, but I was digging that. That's a good beat,
I had a jingle, but I didn't realize my mic was muted.
Oh, man. We'll save it for next week. It'll be next week's big jingle. We'll give people the suspense for the week. It's going to be fun. So, well, I was away last week. You guys went on without me, so I'm not quite sure what you covered. Did you cover
Basically
the whole...
nothing.
Oh, okay. Did you cover the, did you mention the Thundercats Raw thing?
Yeah, we did.
That sounds like you did. Okay, no worries then. Yeah.
I'm very much ambivalent about the whole darn thing.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong, I'm not a Thundercats guy,
I mean,
but...
I literally don't give a single shit about Thundercats. It's more just like the art style.
Yeah, it's fucking garbage. Like, it looks bad.
Like, Thundercats, like, who gives a shit about, like, Thundercats? Like, again, it's just like Mask, like, who gives a shit, but still.
Don't you diss the Mask. Do not diss the Mask.
Sorry, I don't mean to diss Mask.
Do not diss the Mask. The Mask is... the Mask is amazing, but... Okay, yeah, never mind that. I won't mention that. There isn't really much that I could find, in truth, in terms of news. There was one big thing that happened. Go for it.
You say you're... Okay. There's a Bleach one-shot coming.
What?
There's a Bleach one-shot coming. Yeah.
No, please, don't lie to me.
To coincide with the release of the film...
Holy shit.
There's a Bleach one-shot coming.
He's still doing Bleach, even after...
Oh, man.
This is it.
Down for
this
that.
is it. This is Kubo Unchained. Is it a manga one-shot or like a OVA?
I believe it's a manga one-shot. I didn't get a lot... There wasn't a lot of details in what I read, other than that there's supposed to be a one-shot release to coincide with the release of the film, which is basically just covering like what happens like directly before Chapter 1, a Chapter 0, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. No, I like that. More Bleach, please. That's fine. That's the best news that we've heard all week.
Damn, I'm really excited about this.
Jump, and I don't think it's not going to be like a great big deal. I don't think, but it's going to be a little something.
I'm excited about it. I mean, I haven't read the novels, and I'm excited about those two low key. I need to just wait for the English translations. But anything Bleach that is out of Shonen Jump that totally messed Kubo's style up, yes, I'm going to check those out.
What if I write you some, like, saucy, ecchi Bleach fan fiction, though?
Only if it's Rukia and Ichigo, otherwise you can stay away. But, yeah. Rukia,
I might be able to work that.
Yeah, Rukia, Ichigo, yes. That is my pipe dream. Why did you do this to me, Kubo? Renji is too tall for Rukia.
Too tall? He's the same height as Ichigo.
Well, Renji has the wrong shade of hair color. Renji can fuck off.
You're just looking for excuses.
This is true. It pisses me off only more, but yeah.
If you want a legitimate excuse, you can say that the childhood friendship trope is overused and stale.
The childhood friendship trope is forever used and stale. This is why it does not make sense that Renji came with Rukia.
Like, first of all, why does every childhood friendship have to end in romance? Like, what's wrong with friendship, bro?
I don't know, man. I woke up one day, 6 years old, on my bed, and I suddenly had feelings for Nekomimis in, like, black leather latex stuff, and that's just like...
I'm concerned if you had these, fascinations at 6 years old. Like, when I was 6 years old, I just
an
felt
advanced
weird
human
in
being.
that Teen Titans episode where Slade ripped off Raven's cloak. That was my biggest, like, existential crisis as a 6-year-old.
Yeah, I don't know. 6 years old.
Nice.
What was I crushing on at 6 years old? Nothing?
Tifa.
I was 6?
From Final Fantasy VII.
SpongeBob.
God, Final Fantasy.
Oh, SpongeBob. Dirty little whore. Look at all them holes.
How old is SpongeBob
fucking
in
from
comparison?
anyone.
Oh, watch my dick, you prick.
I mean, Gary had a great ass. For some no good goddamn reason.
Oh,
You guys-
Patrick. Oh, he's supple. He had no bones, so he could bend any which way you please.
You do realize if I just took
Be like
Squidward's
banging a
just
yoga
cut
girl.
out of
Squidward's
these 10
covered in
seconds.
suction cups. He can just nothing but suck.
Oh, I'm all
You
about that.
guys, you guys have
Not to mention that
committed
he's
social
technically a
suicide.
tentacle monster.
But I mean, we could go on forever about how fuckable the SpongeBob characters are. Or
That's a whole
Bacon can
nother
tell us about the
episode.
piece of news he had.
Meep,
Do you know
baby.
what? Do you know what? The news was fucking bullshit. It was like,
Here's some news. A
know-
service dog gave birth to like 8 puppies at an airport somewhere. There you go. News.
There you go. There's some anime news. We did some news. It was literally Sonic is teasing. They potentially teased the new Sonic game because of all the GDPR bullshit that you've had to, if you're anything like me, your inbox has been annihilated by every cunt from the last 10 years that you've ever had any kind of contact with, saying, please accept our policies, please agree to these terms. Well, Sonic did it too, and they sent a little tweet out of Sonic, checking his little emails, but on it says, we need to keep you up to date when we're ready to release the new game. So people were like, boom, that's definitely a new game. Definitely some shit going down. Has no details of it. Personally, I'm still waiting for the live action of Sonic, but, fingers crossed on that one.
Live action for Sonic?
Yeah, there's a live action Sonic movie that was pitched or in production, I don't know.
I seriously thought you were just joking.
Film. No, there's a live... Well, it's CG and live action, so it's going to be good.
If we were 10 years ago, I would trust that would work out, but I'm not sure. I hope it works though. I'm not as pessimistic as a live action. Do you follow the manga ratings? Like if there's no anime news, like what's happening on the mangas? Like what is the big three? Emotionally, I have a big three. But what is
sales wise?
Yeah, we talk about the big three, but yeah.
I did used to follow the US chart and I followed the Japanese chart. But then I realized no one gives a fuck. And no one cares about
seriously,
the numbers,
they don't...
No one cares! No one cares about numbers.
I thought it would be at least something. Damn, okay, then never mind.
It's like in the US, you know what's going to sell in the US.
Okay, but Bleach was bad when it was cancelled. And
yeah, well, that led to the reason that it was one of the main reasons it was cancelled. But yeah, anything that is popular is selling really well. As you can imagine, in the US, it's all, Attack on Titan, all the volumes of that are consistently selling well. My Hero Academia is consistently selling well. In Japan, it's a bit more varied. I haven't got the numbers. I can't lie to you. I haven't looked at them for many, many weeks, but,
No, it's okay. I was just wondering if they're newsworthy. Are they reliable? If they're not, then fuck that.
I did have a browse on Reddit, for, the anime subreddit, so I was like, maybe there's some topics on here, and then I got about 3 down, and it was like, which kind of incest shows do you guys like? So, I was like, that's enough Reddit for today. Speaking of which, that's enough news for today. Let's go into the spring season review / recap. So, gonna pose it to you, Manimal. What have you watched this week?
I wonder what my answer's gonna be.
Now, you probably wouldn't have said
so did the rest of us.
Nothing.
Corin. No, actually, Lego. What have you watched this week? Because I know Corin will probably have watched something.
You already know what I watched. Short and sweet. Legend of Legendary Heroes. I only have 9 episodes remaining. In case that has not impressed an impression upon you at this moment in time.
Legend of
Legendary Heroes. No. Legend of Galactic Heroes. Legend of Legendary Heroes has 24 episodes, which is an actual...
Is that an actual title? The Legend of Legendary Heroes?
Yeah. Yes, it is an actual fantasy anime.
That's a terrible name.
I know, but that anime is also good and depressing.
But then again, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy, and there's 15 of those, so, I can't really... I don't have a dog in this fight. I'll retract my statement.
Sharingan, Byakugan, this anime, Legend of Legendary Heroes, that is the best jutsu I have ever seen. But to my main point. Legend of Galactic Heroes. It's a 109 episode anime, old school sci-fi space opera. Like 2 countries warring against each other. I only have 9 episodes remaining. It is amazing. I love it. But it is not 2018. I have not watched anything from this year. I haven't even watched
That's fine, no, that's fine, because we know you've been out of it for a while, so you've watched almost 100 episodes.
And it's thanks to you, you bastard, damn it. This is amazing advice. Everyone who is watching at home, if you have not watched anime in a while, if you are suffering from a terrible anime blackout where you do not know what anime to watch or what to do at all, if you are seriously in that deep hole of anime depression where I do not know what to do, the only solution is like Vacant.
Do what I always do and reread the entirety of the Rosario Vampire manga?
That is also nice, but watch anime, basically.
Pick a 12-episode thing, just fucking binge it and it's done.
I
And then
just-
you're back into watching anime.
I just
Doesn't matter what it is.
opened an episode and watched it. I gave up on
There you
I watched it. It was
Who
good.
knows? Maybe you can watch the shitty thing that I just linked. That was like my shit in 5th grade.
Rosario Vampire, which is better, Mahlua? The manga or the anime?
The manga 110% because actual character development things happen and you get to find Mocha's other 2 sisters and there's actual plot development and Tsukune isn't just a worthless piece of shit the entire time.
Corin, can you verify this? You have seen it.
And it ends, too.
It actually
Additionally to
has
everything
an
she said.
ending.
It's actually really good. And it like also drops the heavy ecchi shit that the anime goes into.
Oh, I am totally for that.
It's very light ecchi in the end. It's actually
very
just
light
really
because
cool.
it actually has plot, but it still doesn't lose its ecchi roots.
But
I like
that's
when mangas do that.
Also, it goes straight up fucking like berserk body horror levels at some point.
But it's shoujo. It's a shoujo manga, and you're telling me
it's
that good?
not.
Shonen.
No, it is. It's shoujo.
No, it's complete. No, it's not.
No, it's definitely a shonen.
It's 100% shonen.
No. It's shoujo. I'm not trying to be an ass. Like the art and
No,
the target
no.
at least was shoujo.
no.
It's an ecchi harem. You realize this.
I messed it up with another manga. Sorry.
Okay.
Gomenasai.
What do you think it was? Were you thinking this was a Vampire Night?
He was thinking it was
I thought
Dancing
it was
a Vampire Bund.
No, not Vampire Bund. Vampire Bund is also modern. I was mistaken with the other one.
So good.
Something
So
with
good.
vampires.
No, that's cool, man. I'm glad that you're back into the flow of things, and obviously, you know, it don't matter if it's not something from this year. That's all good. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want on this show.
I need to add though. Like I finished the Drifters thing, even though you guys already talked about it in the previous episode and stuff. But I'm really optimistic again about new anime, because I was like, only the older anime are the best and stuff. So like that in general.
You would probably like one of the ones that we're going to talk about in a little minute. Me and Corin are watching.
Okay.
So keep an ear out for that one. Corin, what have you been watching? You must have been watching loads this week. I'm sure.
I did catch up on the last 2 weeks I missed.
Woo-woo.
So let's see. Well, I'm watching Legend of Galactic Heroes, the new one, which is also very good.
Yeah, take that now.
I'm sure they're both fantastic series, but yeah, it's really gotten me going, and I am curious now. Once I finish this, I am going to go back and watch the original to see how they two shape up to each other. But it's real good, you know, no complaints there. Then let's see. I think why am I forgetting the second one?
Please tell me you're not able to watch anime even though you're super busy. I'll feel very guilty about my life.
Megalobox. Have you
Megalobox is real fucking good. Although they brought the time line into a little strangeness, because like, they're building a stadium in Megalobox, right? That's kind of been a plot point. Is that they're building the stadium for the big tournament? But like they at the end of it, in the first episode, it's maybe like they got the structure in, most of it, but not even all the structures in yet. And then at the most recent episode, it's like after 4 years, it's finally built. But also at the beginning of the series, it sounded like they were setting up for like 6 months for the things to be fucking done. So like,
build as that is.
It's not. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. You can't build buildings like that, which will be one of my complaints going forward in a later moment in this episode. But no, it's still great. It's fantastic. There's gonna be a big fight. He's gonna be fighting a dude who has like a suit that does the boxing for him. So
little lazy boy.
That's cheating.
He's a lazy rich boy, basically. So it should be fun. Though I think he's gonna pull a trick and be like, I can actually punch you now, because the whole thing was the suit that fights for you detects the other person's gear, but Joe doesn't use gear. But then we see him like uploading a new version of the program, so it's probably going to be able to fight Joe, because we don't want him just hit in one punch and go down. We have too many episodes. I don't know. Maybe we don't have enough episodes for that. Hard to tell.
I seriously can't believe you're enjoying a boxing anime with mecha suits. Like, There's a live action of that by Hugh Jackman. What is the name of that?
No, that was
no.
Exactly. Because you've just said no. Like that has been done by Hollywood before, like tried by Hollywood.
No, they just have like metal bit. They just have like pistons strapped to their arms.
Yeah, they've got like power fists as opposed to
God,
robots
fatal.
that fight for
The
them.
one you're thinking of is the one where they were like remote controlling Rock'em Sock'em robots, and it just happened to have the one that was being shadowboxed by Hugh Jackman.
Wait a minute, but boxing in real life is already fatal with normal human fists, and
and they have pistons strapped to their arms. It makes it good. But yeah, Megalobox is real fun. Like, they got to the point where Joe was like forced to forfeit a match because they had some dirt on him, but then it turns out he doesn't. So basically, whoever wins the next match is getting into like the big thing. And of course it's going to be Joe because we don't want the series to just fucking end. But yeah, it's going real good.
That'd be quite funny if it did.
Megalobox has been consistently at like a 9 out of 10 since the beginning.
That is amazing. That is
Sweet.
That is great.
And then, of course, Golden Kamui, watched that, and it's still good. Had a thing with the guy who hunts bears. That was pretty fun. There was a weird bit of censorship, and I'm not entirely sure.
The wolf shit?
Was that it? Was it just shit?
It was just a wolf and shit on it, but they showed shit earlier, so...
There was shit in the other parts of the episode, and this is also a show where a dude got his face ripped off.
Yeah.
I don't understand Japanese.
They censored poop?
I think it was a joke. I think like it was a visual gag that they did.
It might have been, but I'm not sure.
In the next episode,
they censored poop.
Yeah, they do a lot of visual gags in Golden Kamui, which is a lot more comedy than I thought there was going to be, or at least like visual gags like with faces and expressions and stuff.
I love visual gags though. Yeah, it might have been.
They were.
That was part of my thought. I just didn't know. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe they can't. Maybe because it was deer droppings, it was fine, but like wolf shit's probably like, they curled one out, so...
A little more visceral. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't need to know.
It was cool. It sounds like we're going to have a little bit more with the samurai and squarehead dude coming up. So, and I also liked how...
Latest...
I watched him yesterday, or Sunday. So unless the one came out since. The last thing I saw was Squarehead dude was chasing down the Escape King guy.
Yeah. It releases every Monday, so there's another episode that came out yesterday, which I watched, which is good. I won't spoil anything then. There's just like another visual gag from there that's, they go to the coast, like, so it's like the beach, but you know the typical like moe show, do you know where they all jump together and have their like legs kicked back and the hands in the air when they get to the beach? They just do that, like, really quickly. Like, the three of them just do this jump. Like, it's so out of place and random.
But there's so many things in this show that are out of place and random. I also really appreciate how the, I'm trying to pronounce it wrong, the Matagai soldier dude. I forget his name.
Yeah.
I'm glad how he kind of got a resolution, in a way.
Yeah, and he got a little pet dog with him. Or at least he saw the wolf. Yeah, no, I like...
He saw the wolf and he got him a dog.
It's like, it's a strange show, and I don't know how it translates from the manga, because every character's fine. They introduce someone, we have a little story with that person, gets resolved, they move on to the next one. So obviously there's always the tattoo thing that's in the background. Most of it, but in these first few episodes, like half of the show is, let's learn about how, of the, what they called, the Ainu? Let's learn their culture. Let's learn.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know that raw deer brains is really, really nice? It's like hunting the anime. It's like a food wars.
It is. It's a very strange. It's almost slice of life, except sometimes we're cutting people's skin off.
Yeah.
To find the gold treasure. It's very. It's a strange tone, but it works.
It's a weird balance. Yeah, but they find that balance. Like I say, it's very strange because it's so. Some of it's quite dark. Like obviously, he gets kidnapped. He gets some fucking skewers put through his face, and then
that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in the same anime that you're just describing right now with all the funny shit. Are you serious?
Like 5 dudes got stabbed in the hand in the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like a censored hand, off-camera hand?
No,
No, like straight up. A bayonet through the hand.
Get sliced off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blood and everything.
Get sliced off. Yeah, it's because it can be. I guess it makes them moments more like stand out, like the two extremes. It's weird to see it because, like I say, the comedy isn't cheesy or bad. It's like
it
just
feels like a
gags.
very realistic like representation of just like people, especially like soldiers and like soldier humor.
Yeah,
you have to have that sense of humor if you're seeing all this horrible shit, which all these characters kind of are.
Living through some bad times. They're falling on some hard times. But yeah, Golden Kamuy. I know you've read the manga already, Lego, but check that show out if you're looking for more anime because it is an enjoyable one from this season. That and Megalobox, I think you'd really like.
I actually heard about Megalobox from Super Eye Patch Wolf. Is that right?
Oh yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean he talked about it good, and yep, I'm convinced that it might be something worth watching.
Definitely. What else did you manage to catch there? Sorry, Corey.
Well, the last thing was Darling in the Franxx.
Trigger.
So, the episode where they have the wedding is kind of a throwaway until the very end.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's bad. But at the end it picks up when they get dragged off for rehabilitation and everyone's taken to a weird, like, staging room.
Mm-hmm.
But then, in the next episode, the latest one, we finally get some fucking exposition. And it doesn't make any goddamn sense. There are...
Did you expect good exposition in a Trigger show? Seriously.
There are good ideas. There's honest-to-God good ideas in there.
That is Trigger.
But
quintessential
it doesn't make any goddamn sense on a time scale. Because basically, it starts in 2025, right? 2025. Not that many years from now. And it's normal world. Everything's normal. Everything's the fucking same. A little more technology. And basically, this group, Ape, who are the people who run everything, are just like, oh, we're just some scientists who wear creepy masks. And then they recruit Dr. Franxx, who doesn't have 2 X's at the end of his name yet, to just do research. And then they discover the magma energy. And then they start draining the magma energy. And eventually the Klaxars show up. And they use it somehow to attain immortality over all human race, and that causes their genitals to fall off.
Yeah,
and,
because
are you
magma...
That is not a plot point. That is not
allows for...
That is not a plot point.
Immortality, because it does.
Magma energy is just the MacGuffin of all MacGuffins.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's the Force. It's whatever's in the golden suitcase in fucking Pulp Fiction.
But
it's magma energy.
Their genitals
it's just magic.
They don't fall off, but they lose. Well, actually, yeah, because they say they lose their reproductive organs. They don't say they lose the ability to
straight up lose their reproductive organ.
Yeah.
So, everyone's equal. But the thing is, I don't know.
What?
Maybe they still have urethras.
What?
Maybe.
But I assume so. Well, maybe not just hanging out. Maybe it just falls back. I don't want to think about it. I don't need to ask. I don't need to know. Well, I mean, they don't seem to need to eat much either, so. Yeah. Maybe they don't.
Who knows? They're immortal.
Yeah, they're immortal, and magma energy does this.
Why?
And also, they build super cities, and then they build the giant roving cities, and then the entire planet desertifies, and the Klaxars show up, and they start fighting the Klaxars, and they build the giant robots.
How many plot points have you mentioned right now? Like you literally
quite a few.
Because they didn't really mention any of this.
You mentioned desertification alone.
That kind of makes sense.
Story.
I can kind of get that one. So basically, what happens is the world, when they start mining this magma energy, obviously they're building up, whatever's under the Earth's crust. They're mining all the shit, and it starts like this desertification. So like all the world becomes really barren. So the more shit that they drag up, the more barren the world is. You can kind of say,
in Final Fantasy VII terms. They are pulling out the life energy of the planet, and it's turning the planet to a desert. And in so doing, they awaken a secret underground civilization. Basically, they awaken the reptilians that have always lived under the earth, but we didn't know about them. And by taking all the magma energy, we fucked up. And the reptilians show up, aka the Klaxars. They show up, and they're all like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And then we start murdering them, and that starts the war. And basically, humans build the giant roving cities, and ape goes to space, and they start cloning children because they realize they need female gene. They design the robots using the magma energy, and they discover that they need a female to actually control the robot. But having one person in there is too much strain, so they put in a female to really be like the robot and a male to kind of run the controls of it. Because the robots are run by sexual tension.
Yeah.
And then they start fighting the Klaxars. And eventually Dr. Franks goes down, meets the Queen, steals some hair, and that's how he manages to clone a 02. Now the thing is, though, all of this I've said, because Franks keeps getting older, and he's putting robot bits in him to stay alive. But all of this I've said takes place in 15 years!
No, wait.
Yeah, that sounds like Studio Trigger, alright. What is time?
You guys remember Trigger?
You cannot.
No, wait. That happened over a century at least.
A giant roving tank city in 15 years. You couldn't design. No, it's not possible. Any single part of this falls apart under that time scale. Every single part.
What if they had 1 million Corin super engineers?
Yes,
you're a super engineer.
You know what?
Can build a retirement home like that.
This is the best argument. Yes,
I
exactly.
am A, not a super engineer. B, you still have to obey the laws of gravity.
Corin is too humble.
And those things we don't have. They didn't ever invent better metals or anything in there. There's no magma
energy.
Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? You can't build domes that size. It doesn't work.
It renders it null and void because,
exactly.
The one that gets me, what bothers me all along was this whole focus. They just wanted this focus. You can tell when they started making this goddamn show was like, we need something where these children are discovering puberty and all these kind of ideas that mirror puberty in men and women relationships and so on and so forth. And they just had no way to implement this.
I mean, it's a noble goal.
It's the goddamn robots. He makes the robot and goes, oh wait, no, it can only be powered by people who have reproductive organs, which we don't have anymore. Maybe make another robot. Maybe don't just send out your first try. Don't go, do you know, well, fuck it, that's made. Make a gun or something. Anyone can fire a gun. Why don't you do that? It's such a dumb explanation. It could have even been attested.
Hold up.
Could have even gone on,
is this basically Simone but not gay?
Oh, people have been
it's
up in
a
arms
little
on it
gay.
It's some people have reinforced. Some people have been up in arms about it because it's trying to reinforce traditional, hetero relationships. So people are like, come on now. But it is also Japan, so you know.
But also I just made this connection because I know that in order to start up the whatever flying machines that they use in Simone, 2 girls have to kiss to pilot it, and I'm just like, that sounds familiar. Wait a minute.
It's kind of that, and it does. They did reveal that Ikuno is at least gay, so we got one gay kid.
Oh yeah, she just turned out out of the blue. She was gay.
Well, it wasn't completely out of the blue. She was the one who was always awkward about all the relationship stuff. Also, the fact that she really was trying to. Remember, episode 5 where she was really gung ho about piloting the robot with Ichigo.
No, because maybe it makes sense then. I thought it came.
There was a little foreshadowing. There was a little foreshadowing.
This series, I mean, episode 19 out of 24, we see who we think is the main antagonist. We got a preview of them in episode 18 or 17, whatever it was, 17 or 18. We get a preview of who is potentially the main, the bad guys that we have,
big bad.
The Klaxors. Well, they're setting up Ape as the bad guys. It's sort of a twofer, as it were. The adults, they are all, actually a bit corrupt, and they're just using the children. Children are going to rebel, obviously, in the end, and that's the whole point. But it's just dragged it out over so long.
Yeah, also, the ape leaders also seem to want to be, I don't know, fucking energy beings, because they already fucking have no bodies. They're already fucking hollow somehow.
They want to retain another level of immortality, so
something like that. It's very strange. I mean, maybe also the fact that they took over the entire world's government in 5 years. No, I don't care how rich or smart you are. You're not doing it in 5 years.
They got a lot of shit done. It's Japanese, They are committed individuals.
Very productive. But
just
yeah.
not reproductive. Hence their population's decreasing. Birth joke. Take that, Japan, you pricks. But yeah, the last 5 episodes, we're heading into the final arc. They have one last mission. If they do it, they're free to go. Say Ape.
Hopefully we'll get like a big robot battle between them and the Nines. That seems like it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing show for me personally.
There's just so many.
There was a lot of good ideas.
There's a lot of good ideas. They're just not coming through.
The disappointment, man.
Yeah, that's worse than a bad show. I will always say that a disappointing show, anything that shows promise and then shits on that said promise, is always worse than just an out-and-out bad show, because you aren't invested at all. Or there isn't something that's just, you're like a fucking, you're almost out the door, but then you just see something and you go, do you know what? That character or that scene was really, really good. I'm going to stick around for another episode. And you just keep coming back. You're like, I don't know.
It's Darling and Franks in a nutshell.
How did you guys feel with the throwback, not Thursday, like ages ago, like Kill la Kill, when they did the exposition episode? Because like Kill la Kill was like, yeah, we're just shocking you with the fact that they're like pretty much naked, but they only have a G-string there to show it. Like Kill la Kill was interesting, like exciting, like yeah, that was the entire selling point.
What was going on though?
Kill la Kill had shit going on.
The selling point was shit was going on. That was the selling point. And then how did you feel on the exposition episode where the mother basically explained the whole
plan,
and the plan was
was handled better than this.
Are you serious?
It also didn't happen on episode 19. It also didn't happen on episode 19.
Humanity felt shame and like they're naked now and therefore clothing is a sin.
Yeah, but look, Kill la Kill.
You were telling me that the Kill la Kill plotline.
Guys, no matter how you slice it, Kill la Kill is just kill la brain cells.
Oh.
The point is, Kill la Kill had a tighter concept going for it. Franks is all over the goddamn place.
More shit happened in Kill la Kill.
Yeah, but at least Kill la Kill had one focus. That's what I seem to be hearing from this argument. Kill la Kill had one focus.
Mm-hmm. Kill la Kill was all about clothes and shame and, body expression and shit like that. This is just
that is better than
all over the goddamn place.
That is actually interesting. Damn.
I'm not sure if you're referring to that or that I just explained the premises in the chat area.
But yeah, Darling and Franks, we need to finish it because we're too far in now.
It's too late. It's too late, man. You need to watch it. You need to finish
technically sunk cost fallacy.
Take the bullet.
It is. It very much is.
Thank you for taking the bullet, but you gotta finish it. Point is, was the Bleach episode good at least?
We're doing it for the show.
We're doing it for this. We're suffering because of you guys.
Are you telling me there wasn't even one good panty shot? Just one panty shot that really...
Well, it's not great art, so...
There's no real panty shots in the show. There's a lot of like tight catsuit kind of stuff going on, but it's awkward because they're like 15.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I would have really liked this show if I was 16 still. But I don't.
Full of that angst. And you go,
full of that angst. And just raging hormones. And I could just, not feel ashamed about anything I looked at because I was 16 and didn't understand shame yet. Going on out, I'm just going to need to find shows that I can concentrate on that are going to appeal closer to my demographic.
Yeah. No, that's part of the fun, having shows that are just, they're a bit outside, I always like taking a gamble on things.
There's ways to go outside, but I need to find shows that aren't specifically budgeted towards 15-year-olds.
That could help. Is that everything that you watch now, dude?
I want to say yes.
Which dude?
Corin,
the one who's been talking about all the shit he watched.
Okay, for me then, I watched Golden Kamuy. I'm up to date, so I don't want to ruin that. It's a fine episode. It's good. Continues to be very good. Hina Matsuri continues to be odd but good.
Yes, yes.
It's a weird blend of slice of life and weird, like, justice for homeless people and, you know,
that is
father-daughter kind of tale. It's the weirdest blend.
That is Inamatsuri.
Yeah, it works. It's a weird cocktail of different things, but it works. Some of the jokes are really good, and I'm still enjoying that ride. Darling Franxx, we've mentioned already. The only other thing that I'm watching, because I've dropped everything else, is My Hero Academia. We're in that lull episode just before they go ahead and try and rescue Bakugo. That's going to be good. Can't wait for that bit, because the conclusion of this arc is awesome and something that I've been wanting to watch animated for a while, so it's going to be good. Still great. Love My Hero Academia. And, added bonus, because as you all know, I watch it in the English dub.
You bastard. You absolute bastard.
Shut the fuck up.
You mother son of a...
Shut up. Why don't you go watch it in German? Why don't you go watch it in the Malawi dub? Eh? Go watch it in both. Watch it in a German / Malawian dub, where like they just mix it.
That's why.
Ad hoc.
Just why. Why? Why would you say that?
The English dub's great. Right, if anyone is offended by me saying that the English dub is probably better than the English dub...
Is Bakugo at least as much as an asshole in the Japanese dub as he is in the manga?
I only watch the English dub. Yeah, he's a dickhead. No one likes Bakugo. Well, I don't know, teen girls like Bakugo, but, you know, no one likes Bakugo. Because he hasn't had any character development yet. He's just, I'm the loud explosion guy who's also your rival. And he hasn't had that character development just yet. But anyway, Funimation were only supposed to be doing the first 6 as a simul dub, they said. But we're now on episode 8, and they're still releasing it on the same day, which is a nice little added bonus for me. So that's all good stuff. Hopefully they're just going to carry that on for at least the first 12, and then it'll be great. That's all I've watched now. Mahlua, have you watched anything from this season, or is there anything that you want to talk about that you've been watching this week?
I have not really been watching anything new. The only thing that I have been sort of forced to catch up in is Sailor Moon, because my friends wanted to do a Sailor Moon group cosplay for the first thing. So, yeah, a little bit of Sailor Moon happened. Can't tell how far in I am yet. Sailor Moon's just too fucking long.
How long is Sailor Moon, anyways?
Too damn long.
Watching a shit ton on Toonami, but never being able to follow the plot.
There was a remake at one point, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sailor Moon Crystal, but I don't think anyone liked it all that much.
Yeah, I've seen the first season of Sailor Moon Crystal. It was at least more compact and had a more coherent plot that seemed to be more to the point. But, like, there's a certain level of charm in the way that Sailor Moon was originally that a lot of people can't let go of, because character development was able to happen slowly. Like, a lot of things just got lost through Crystal because you condensed, like, over 100 episodes into 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not like that when that happens, actually, so I understand that point. So, what have you been watching and enjoying? Like, this anime, I'm going to refuse or...
Yeah, I literally just said.
I haven't been watching much, except for, like, when I was
Seriously?
I watched quite a bit of Sailor Moon. I've mostly been working on Reset. You know how hard it is to do, like, 2,000 words, like, a day when you're me and easily distracted?
Yeah. I can sympathize.
Yeah, I don't like writing words.
Also, like,
words.
You're a self-described writer.
To keep doing some small art things on the side just so that I don't lose some, like, I need to post more things, be more prominent in art communities such as DeviantArt to get people to notice me and buy my shit. Like, literally, I have $100 in my bank and I need to be able to pay first month's rent by August 8th. Thankfully, my birthday's coming up and I don't know how much I'm going to get as far as that is concerned, but I also not only need first month's rent, but I need, like, all my furniture, including a bed for the place that we're moving into, because it's unfurnished. So I'm just like,
You're moving into a solo apartment or with a roommate?
Moving in with 3 of my friends. One of them is an art major, one of them is a survivalist, wilderness training.
A survivalist? Wait, like Ben Grimm? Like Stephen Irwin?
Basically our
Does he hunt crocodiles? Like
the famous survivalist.
No,
Ben
she
Grimm.
doesn't have crocodiles.
Were you gonna say Bear Grylls, but you called him Ben Grimm?
I called him Ben Grimm from Fantastic Four instead of Bear Grylls.
Okay. All right. Because I was like, is there like a famous survivalist called Ben Grimm?
I totally. Are you serious?
It's all good. Ben Grimm / Bear Grylls.
Bear
Grylls is better.
Bear Grylls.
She has plants, not plants. She likes plants. So it's an art major, female Bear Grylls, and Logan, the furry. And all 4 of us are going to be living.
This Logan character is making many cameos.
Yeah, I have a picture with him in it that we took at the convention when we ran into some other Kingdom Hearts people. He's the silver-haired looking idiot on the far left.
Have you told him that Manga Raiders is the best forum in the world?
I've tried to convince him a few times.
Ah, okay.
That's him on the far left. Look at that satchel though real quick, because that satchel is like fantastic.
Looks legit.
It is.
Satchel
It's
game's
actual leather, and he only got it for like $40 at Pagan Pride last year.
It's pretty legit.
Nice.
Yep.
Can you invite me to the next con? Who is lady at the very right with the whole black thing, like
ran into that
2
group.
bloody lines on the mouth thing, like they're just like small. Wait, this was someone with a jacket.
Like I said, we ran into a Kingdom Hearts
each other
group.
for years. Like could you like?
I don't actually know her that well. I just know that she did cosplay as Shion, but actually did puppet style makeup. Like her knees were done as like bone socket joints with makeup.
You look awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Damn, those skull. Wait, where do you get those pants?
Amazon. I've told you like 50
Skull.
times, Lego.
Yeah.
They are $70 on Amazon.
So you and Corin are basically telling me that if I use the internet properly and search up things that I want, I'll find everything that I need?
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand.
That's how it works, Lego.
Again, I've literally linked you the State Department's website. Everything you need to know is there.
I'm still lost in it.
Spend some time. There's an online application on there. You don't even have to leave your room.
Read that before next week's episode, so we have an update on that, Lego. We know if you're en route to Kansas or not. And it'll be exciting. Well, that's everything I have for this one. It's been a good one. Manimal, have you got anything in the works for us? Because I know you've been sitting patiently. Yay or nay?
Manimal. I don't think he's here.
He's coming to the mic. He's still there. Manimal has been listening the whole time. You can trust in the Manimal.
Trust in him.
Man.
Faith in him.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Do you have any fan fiction or anything for us that you want us to read before we head on out of this one?
I don't have anything this time.
Okay, no problem. Well, that's it from us. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Unless there's any parting shots from you guys, we've got one last thing to do.
Which is?
Well, it's the thing we've been doing every week this year. Well, when I say we, I mean Manimal. And there's epic chronicle that he's been developing. But tune in next week. Episode 139 will be the summer season preview, which is kind of crazy.
God, already?
Yeah, first week of June. It's always the first week of the month before. That's when we'll aim to do it. So 6th of June will be the summer season preview, which is going to be fucking insane. And I don't know what the fuck we'll do. Maybe free shit the week after. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what goes on.
Since when did you guys start getting comments from random people on your happy hour episodes? You're getting dangerously close to being known by the internet. What is this?
Known is a good word, but it's kinda
wildly inaccurate.
We've had comments.
People are commenting on your episodes. I'm checking them out, and they're like,
hear people comment. Some people listen. Somebody's out there listening. They can get involved. We've always said we have an open door policy. If anyone wants to come on, they can. We've had some, as evidenced by some of the past episodes. We've had.
They're out there.
The shower.
Doesn't have to be.
Rainbow. Was that fire? Who was that gym episode? That gym episode with who?
Oh God! Devil pogo stick.
Devil
in the gym
pogo
while he was on with us. That was amazing. That was one of my favorite episodes we've ever done.
It's top 10
It is up
episode.
there. It is up.
Definitely, I loved it. It was such a great episode.
Top 10.
But yeah, it's not just our friends who come on. If you disagree with us and you want to call us, a bunch of cunts, then by all means hit us up. We'll get you on the show, and then we can call you a cunt back, and it'll be a great episode.
What I can do is I can call you out and come back with the statement, well, I am what I eat, and leave.
I won't leave, no. I'd just stand awkwardly, kind of like that guy, and then upset someone who's possibly autistic, I don't know. But with that statement, Manimal, lead us out with the Chuny Chronicles.
Yes, the Chuny Chronicles continues. The hills are alive with withdrawn cries, screaming from the mist of nowhere and from no one. The label of no one stamped on the forehead of the Chuny by the sky. She decided it would be a little more than before in this city where the smokestacks and tree logs fly like plates on dates with hot skates. The Chuny knows heartbreak, the Chuny knows terror, but the Chuny knows not of the new feelings of the day that dawns like annoying as hell.
There you go, shut up.
That is very, very annoying. The Chuny patrols the forest of sidewalk and concrete where gum wraps and falls on railings and newspapers fall like rain to the sun. The Chuny wanders in a place where her face is erased by the smell and aroma of the hot dog stand flowing every day in the sewers. The Chuny has got to get out of this city that has bestowed only pain and only pain with a Y in the word, like PAYNE. Two kinds of pain maximized to her terror. It was only another day, a day where things were decided. The Chuny knows this.
And Labor's Larry Pine, woo!
This is Labor's Larry Pine from my album, my EP, my 6-song EP, Cancela Bay, available on Cancela. I was gonna say Barry Goldman, but it's cancela.bandcamp.com.
Because Barry Goldman is dead.
Barry Goldman's not dead, he's on tour now.
Okay.
Catch Barry Goldman in Destruction Bay in the Yukon Territory.
What's he saying, dude?
I don't know, you ask him.
I think she's seen us.
Are you sure? The labors of Larry Pine, a nerdy dude fighting for our rights. Peasants and royalty, rampant equality, and he don't think that that is right. Labors of Larry Pine, he's cooler than advertised. I am the tiger, he is the wind. He's so fast he makes your head spin. And I will win. And I will be king. And I will be Valerie. And I will make myself free. Labors of Larry, labors of Larry. Beat the queen or kill the dame. She's a princess with a tricky face. She inspires loyalty, moves like royalty, and everybody knows her name. The labors of Larry Pine, they ain't easy, but he's got a plan. Go on the missions, cross the competition, and tell Valeria to talk to the hands. And I will win, and I will be king, and I will be Valerie, and I will make myself free. Labors of Larry Pine, he's cooler than advertised. He messes with loyalty, screws with royalty, and everybody knows his name. Larry. Labors of a guy named Larry Pine. Domination is on his mind. He is the hurricane on final countdown. Everybody, they will know his name. Labor of Larry Pine. You gotta work if you wanna reach the sky. This is her queendom and she is the queen. They never quit till the ladies sing, 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 sing.